I don't want to be a Christian. Well, what I really mean is I don't want to be a Christian artist. And today I just kind of want to talk about where I've been at. Honestly, things that I've been thinking about for the past couple weeks. This is a video I've already shot once before. And I said too many times, and I was really lost in my thoughts, and I'm still processing. I wanted to wait to shoot this video till I had like a definitive answer. And in talking with Philip and talking with Luke, I realized that ultimately I don't need to have an answer, but at least kind of set the perspective, talk about what I've been processing, and honestly where we're headed. Over the past 2 years with Mithril Blue, things have changed a lot. We've grown a lot, and God has really, I think, pressed and taught me and grown me and matured me in a lot of different areas in my heart and my mind and my soul. And I think that has transitioned pretty clearly in my music. To be honest, the difficulty has always been how much of my faith, how much of my relationship with God do I really put into my music, put into my content, put into the brand of Mithril Blue. If you know me personally, you know that my faith has always been a significant part of my life. As it's related to my music, I think for a while I was always worried that I was going to alienate people. I mean, like half of my friends aren't Christians, and I never wanted them to feel alienated or like they couldn't actually enjoy and take part in the music that I make. That being said, I've been really pushed and pressed and kind of had this longing on my heart to be vulnerable, like really vulnerable, both with the things I'm like things that are going on in my life daily, weekly, monthly, but also thoughts, ideas, feelings from times past, things that I was really struggling with. And for the past 2 years, we've made a lot of music that's been really good, really fun. And I think a lot of it was really just for me to learn what it really looks like to create with a cup empty and a cup full. And really the best illustration that I could really come up with in terms of where does my faith belong in all of this, in the brand, and why I don't want to be a Christian, and what that really means. And what I really mean by that is I think of just like a Christian business, like a Christian bakery. And not that there's anything wrong with Christian bakeries, but this idea that I'm going to use my faith, my Christianity, my deep, intimate relationship as a selling tool to sell to a certain demographic of people in order to get their business. And that's not to bash, I'm sure there's like some Christian baker out there, but like that's not to bash them. But for me and my personal conviction, that I don't want to do that. And really what I want to do is create spaces that, especially in the last year, in the last couple years, have changed my life. And as I was processing this, thinking about this, I realized I want to make music that changes your life. And it's not about making music that's so good and whoa, like, I'm going to be the next Mozart or whatever. But I want to make music and content that brings you into this space, brings you into the air that I feel like Jesus brought to people. This space for the broken and the weary, to be vulnerable, to be broken and messy. There's been so many spaces, relationships, whether it's with Luke, with my manager Philip, with this men's group I'm now a part of at Grace Chapel, where we can be vulnerable and real and messy and really ugly and loving and peace-filled and encouraging. And it's not about being the perfect Christian or the most correct spiritual person or, even being a Christian at all. It's just about being vulnerable. And as I've seen with a lot of artists who in the Christian CCM world with the Christian brand, they've wanted to, as an artist, share that messiness just as it is, honestly, transparently with people. And honestly, just because the brand is supposed to be Christian, they're not allowed, or they're rejected. And not that I'm afraid of that, but also I don't want to, as someone who is going to make music that is going to change people's lives, I feel responsible to not build up this brand and identity. I'm basically selling my Christianity to you, or selling my Jesusness to you. And then when I really want to be real and I really want to share my mess and open up and be vulnerable and invite you into that space, to hurt people because they're not expecting that, or they're not ready for it, or because the brand up until now has sold them something otherwise, which is okay. But then they're thrown for a loop because, hey, like, this isn't what I signed up for. But I really want to invite everybody to have an opportunity to be vulnerable, regardless of what they believe. And also, my faith, my relationship with God is the whole thing behind everything. And in trying to process how can I communicate myself in a vulnerable, real, transparent way, and also not talk about God, like it just doesn't work. I can't really be myself and not talk about that. And I can't sell Christianity while also being vulnerable, being messy with you, inviting you to be messy with me. I'm still processing a lot of this. I don't really have a lot of answers on how to do that. But guys, these spaces have changed my life. And I want to just invite you through music, through content, maybe through literal rooms, just to come hang, come step into the air of vulnerability. And it's going to be ugly. I'm a really messy, ugly person on the inside. And it's okay. I'm loved. But I know that there's a lot of people out there like me who just cannot believe that they are loved as they truly are. And I think the label of Christianity means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And unfortunately, that label, especially here in America, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, especially here in Portland, means something very different than anywhere else. So, again, I don't have all my thoughts really figured out or like an answer. So I just want to invite you. I would love some feedback on what this looks like. I have some ideas and some vision, but I just want to invite you. Would you come be vulnerable with me? The music's going to change. We actually do have a song coming out at the end of this month with Leo, and it's a real kind of going to be a maybe a last hurrah. It does have some really awesome deep meaning, but kind of going to be a last hurrah of kind of the vibey, chill music. I really want to step up, be vulnerable, and honestly, it's not about me trying to like become something. I think it's me just letting go of more. I think more barriers and guards, and just showing you guys, here are things that I really struggle with. Here are things that I've been, where I am right now, what I'm dealing with, the fears that I have, the really ugly longings and desires that I have, and inviting you to share yours with me. Ultimately, what the vision is to have music be a catalyst to create a space people can enter in and find peace and find love and find healing, find hope, find community and relationship, because that is what has changed my life. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, you guys can post in the comments, or if you know me personally, shoot me a text. I would really love that. Any ideas? Thanks.